Hello, my sweet friends. It's nice to see you again. Come along and read with me. It's my favorite place to be when Raggedy Auntie reads. Breaking news, big storms.
Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome back to A Book Nook. This is a book nook in Texas where I'm visiting. I'm Raggedy Auntie, and today Auntie Pearl, Auntie Potato, and I are bringing you some breaking news. Breaking news, live from the book nook. It seems that we have a hurricane in the Gulf of Mexico. Hurricane Laura is on its way to Lake Charles, Louisiana. For all of you out there who are wondering what's so important and different about a hurricane or a derecho storm, I'll tell you. We see thunderstorms a lot in our lives. Some of them can be very loud and very scary, and that's okay. Other storms have wind in them, and not just a little bit of wind that bends the trees. This is a lot of wind that can sometimes break a tree or even take it up from the roots and send it far away. That's the kind of storm that's called a hurricane. Hurricanes are formed over the ocean. Or it could be called a derecho, and derechos are formed over the land. They both move in swirly patterns, and they rotate just like this around the eye of the storm. So they have a center part, and they go around and around, just like a pinwheel. Now we're going to talk to somebody who experienced a very big hurricane that you may have heard of. It's a hurricane called Katrina. Let's hear from her now.
Let's meet someone new.
Hi, my name is Mama Ro. 15 years ago, my house was in a very big hurricane. It was called Hurricane Katrina. Maybe you've heard of that. The weathermen knew that it was on its way, so they let us know on the news. So we got into our car and drove away from the water because we lived right on the ocean. That's called an evacuation, when you leave the house where the storm is coming. I was really worried. I was staying in a hotel with other people who had evacuated from their homes. We were all wondering, is our house going to get hurt? What's going to happen to our roof, our windows, our driveways? Afterwards, when we all returned back to our homes, it was a mess. There was broken glass and bricks. And you know what? My house was gone. But we cleaned up all the land, and we built new houses, and we built new roads, and now it's prettier than ever. So now I have the memories of what my old house used to look like. I have the memories of what my bedroom used to look like. And sometimes I get sad about that, remembering the old house. And that's okay to be sad. But then I look around at my new house and my new kitchen and my new yard, and it makes me happy. Thank you for letting me tell you my hurricane story. I'm Mama Ro, and I hope to see you again real soon.
Raggedy Bear remembers.
Look who's over my shoulder. That's my little cat, Endymion. You met him quite a few weeks ago when we were talking about responsibility. Well, Raggedy Bear is back at my book nook in Virginia, and he is remembering a story for us about a rhinoceros who swallowed a great big storm, just like a derecho or a hurricane. And it was actually written after Hurricane Katrina. Let's see what he's remembering.
Let's read that book.
Hello, my sweet friends. Welcome back to the Book Nook. I am your Raggedy Auntie, and today we're going to read a book called The Rhino Who Swallowed a Storm. It's written by LeVar Burton and Susan Schaefer Bernardo, and the illustrations are by Courtney Fletcher. There are dedications in this book. Susan Schaefer Bernardo dedicates this book to whatever the weather, we can face it together with love. I guess that's to all of us. LeVar Burton says this is for the Rhino and us all. And Courtney Fletcher says it's for the storytellers who inspire imagination and for my sweet girl, always. In the middle of the morning, Micah Mouse trembled under her blanket. The storm boomed outside her window. Rain crashed against the glass. Wind rattled the shutters. More than anything else, Micah was afraid of storms. A year before, a powerful hurricane had destroyed her home. "I'm scared, Papa," she said. "We are safe, Micah. This storm will pass soon," said Papa. "Would you like me to read you a story? I know just the one to help you feel better." Micah loved books, and Papa's gentle voice soothed in a way that made her forget all about the thunder. Papa opened the book and began. "Long, long ago, before there were words, animals roamed in bountiful herds. Little Rhinoceros lived happily and free, exploring mountains and meadows, rivers and trees. His world was delightful and chock full of magic, until out of the blue, the magic turned tragic. A storm swept through the valley, turning bright sky to black. A flash flood came raging, no time to react. Lost in the thundering, no time for wondering. Chaos and lightning, fury so frightening. Earth quaking, him shaking. Water rumbling, him tumbling. Raggedy, jaggedy, senseless calamity. The storm crashed through his world and tore it apart, and took away everything dear to his heart. Rhino was stunned by the terrible scene, death and destruction all through the ravine. Enraged by the pain of such a great loss, Rhino acted without a thought to the cost. Rhino looked at his world, all tattered and torn, stood out on the ledge, and swallowed the storm. Inside his belly, he felt the storm growing. Inside his head, he heard howling and blowing. Like a tornado, he spun, and the rage stormed inside, growing bigger and bigger and bigger and wider than wide. When he finally stopped, he regained control. He was at the very bottom of a very deep hole. "Oh, what to do?" Rhino worried as rain dripped down his face. "I'm lost and I'm lonely in such a dark place." At just the right moment to comfort and guide him, a spider dropped down and dangled beside him. The world up above is shattered and gray, but it's where you belong, so you must find a way to let that storm out and move through your sorrow. You'll find many helpers on your road to tomorrow. Oh, but that hole was dreadfully deep, and the walls all around him were slippery and steep. Rhino tried to climb out, but was losing all hope, when Kangaroo heard him and threw down a rope. Though Rhino was heavy from the weight of the storm, they towed him right up, got him safe, dry, and warm. We're strong and steady and always ready. When danger strikes, we hop to it. Fire or flood, snow or mud, when help is needed, we'll pull you through it. Right? Watching those heroes do what they did best gave Rhino the strength to set off on his quest. The storm he was clutching made him buzzy and blurry. It kept his brain foggy and filled him with worry. Where do I go? What do I do? How will I ever make it through? After every dark night there comes a new day. Be kind, do your best, and you'll find your way. Up comes the sun. There are steps to complete. There isn't a map, just follow your feet. Rhino followed his feet to a wallowing spot where he plopped on a rock and had a deep thought. I'm tired of caging the wind and the rain, exhausted from holding this anger and pain. We're all on this earth to learn and grow, a wise old tortoise chimed in from below. Allowing yourself to start feeling your feelings is the very first step on the journey to healing. It doesn't matter if you're fast or slow. If you want to move forward, just trust and let go. Rhino shook and shimmied and stomped in the muck, and just as he hoped, that storm came unstuck. At first one little raindrop leaked out of his eye. Then Rhino let go and had a good cry. His tears found a river and flowed to the sea, where a pod of whales swam happy and free. I do feel better, thought Rhino as he drifted. Then up swam a whale, and Rhino was lifted. If you ever feel blue, the whale said with a spout, remember to breathe. Breathe in and breathe out. Sing your own song and take it deep, deep, deep. Then rise up above with a joyful leap. As he floated home on a gentle wave, Rhino felt calm and strong and brave. His vision was clear like the sky above, and he looked at his world through eyes filled with love. He thanked the kind spider and the brave kangaroo, and all of the others who'd helped him through. He was glad to know that if he ever lost hope, they'd lend him a hand or throw him a rope. He had journeyed his journey a very long way to find the light in a world turned gray. He'd swallowed a storm with no thought to the cost. He'd felt all alone. He'd tumbled and tossed. Life would bring changes, beginnings and ends, but he had faith in himself and faith in his friends. As they curled up together, he felt loved and protected, and he dreamed of a world that was safe and connected. He understood now that love was what mattered. Love could never be lost. Love could never be shattered. Papa closed the book and gave Micah a hug. "I know it was scary when our home was destroyed last winter," said Papa. "Bad things happen sometimes, and we can't always control that." "But we had lots of helpers," said Micah, "just like Rhino did." "That's right, little one," Papa said in his gentle way. "You're never really alone when bad things happen. There are family and friends, even people we don't know, who are always there to help us through tough times." The end. What a wonderful book to show us different ways that people can help us and help us work through the storms that come up inside of us. I hope you all stay happy, stay healthy, and keep reading.
Right now, I am on location in Texas, 400 miles away from where a hurricane, Hurricane Laura, hit Lake Charles, Louisiana. That's the one that we've heard about in the news for the past week and a half. We get a little bit of rain and a little bit of wind this far away from where the hurricane hit. But you can imagine how strong it was when it first hit the coast 400 miles away. Now we're going to talk to my friend Fergie. She has some amazing advice that comes from a place of experience. Fergie and I met at camp when I first started, a year after she had to experience a derecho while living at camp. She had to run around and tie down some furniture and make sure that there was food that was already cooked because they lost power for about a week. Let's go over to Fergie now.
Let's meet one more person.
Hi guys. So we've had some storms lately, and they've been some really big storms, and there may be some things that got broken or got lost. You may have seen lots of tree limbs falling down, but we have come together and we're cleaning it up, and we're gonna be okay. Sometimes there are scary things that happen and we recover from it. For me, when I was younger, something that was scary for me was taking a shower. I loved to take baths. They were one of my favorite things, but I did not want to take a shower. It was scary. I was afraid of my face getting wet, that the water was going to get in my eyes and I couldn't see. What if I fell? What was I going to do? So then one day I started to take little steps into taking a shower. And then eventually I got in the shower fully and I stood up and I figured out that if I faced away, and washed my hair this way, then I didn't have to put my face in the water if I didn't want to. And you know what I found out? I loved showers. So sometimes there are going to be things that are scary, but if we push through them and we clean up the broken things or kind of change how we're thinking about them, we can keep going and it'll get better. So just like the storm, we cleaned it up and it got better. You can clean things up and make them better too.
These storms are called something different all over the world. Sometimes we hear about something called a typhoon. Sometimes we hear about something called El Nino. All of these are names for great big storms. I would encourage everybody, the next time you hear about a big storm on the news, to see how you can help and watch that news broadcast and look for the people who are helping, just like Mr. Rogers tells us to do. I hope that you stay happy, stay healthy, and keep reading. Bye-bye.
Stay happy, stay healthy, keep reading. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep reading. Until the day comes we meet again. Stay happy, stay healthy, keep reading, my friend.